of this mystery murder school, Danganronpa. Last time there was Shiro we found out that Shiro died, and today I think we're still doing the investigation or whatever it is, or maybe we're just gonna let's just look at let's look at Chihiro's body one more time before we go. Oh, looks like I have to go to the thing. This is where the trial begins. Let me just turn this down again. So everyone is ready to... What? Am I gone, or are we missing someone?
Yo,
Toko's not here. Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of this class trial. Of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'm gonna go ahead and drag her out here. Kicking and screaming just one. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you just dragged a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. So, now everyone's here, right? Okay then, I'll fill into the elevator now.
let's go.
So we begin, it's time to find out who killed Shiro. Shiro. She was so deterred, so calm and meek, nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And one murder is someone standing right here.
Hey, come on.
What got her looked up? I don't know why the killers did what they did. I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prepares, right, bro? I have no choice.
It's true.
Yes. Bye. We step forward and give you one more time to justice. It's on it. Never again to descend. And can I get a handle on my move? Okay. The steel box sank with heavy hugging sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. Didn't know going to the basement though. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness of my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. It's so fresh, it's so exciting. Don't waste your time with stupid questions. Let's just get this over with. Good, you're ripping ready to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well?
Okay then, let's get the show on the road.
Chills! Yeah!
Time for us to get to our seats. Leave channel. Deadly. All this deadlies. Save? Yeah. Now we're just gonna step right in. Trial started.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Obviously, it was the, Dum Belly.
Chihiro's fatal injury. appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
What? What?
Chihiro's fatal injury.
I'm your shit.
It appears
What
it was
is
a
this?
head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
No. Come on.
It certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Or Chihiro.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the
How
Monokuma
would I
file,
speed
the
up
killer
stuff
used
again?
a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
What?
That certainly
How
would
did I
make for a
miss?
powerful weapon.
Or Chihiro.
How did I miss? How did I miss? How did I miss? How did I miss?
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly
Oh,
would make for
do
a
I actually have
powerful
a
weapon.
good gun?
Or
Okay.
Chihiro.
Okay.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it
Oh.
According to the Monokuma file, what
Circle.
kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That certainly would
okay.
make
Or Chihiro.
I keep missing. Okay, really making me mad now.
Chihiro's. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
Oh,
Certainly would.
Or Chihiro.
wait, how am I missing?
Chihiro's. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we
No,
go.
it's wrong.
Jeez. Took longer. Kind of expected.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Exactly.
Looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
The new omen had to help. Oh yeah. Evades lines of white noise for division between fuel and scope reaction. Troopers would disappear if they hit these lines, so the continuous obstacles in your bay. But there's a way to keep the white noise from getting in your way. Press X to press the active button to specify the proceed. Or if you shoot if you shoot an actual rate mark, you're encounter. The time will decrease. Can't forget the silencer and just focus on the switch in front of you. But how my normal high keto?
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case
Okay.
closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, it's wrong!
That's right. Egyptian, bro. identity.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
All of them.
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No.
It's bloodlust.
It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
I mean,
I got it!
how they were positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However,
big boys,
Chihiro
the
was
smart
most
people.
definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying
Mondo, you're so
Genocide
shook.
Jack is
You're the
one
most
of
shook.
us?
About we shouldn't say.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Oh man.
What?
I mean, that kind of makes sense to what you were saying earlier.
Okay. Wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of
That
serial
is
killer
true.
is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Yes and no.
Another riddle.
Oh,
Man,
does that go back to
why
what we
is
were
this
saying
gotta
that they
be
could
so
have multiple
complicated?
personalities, sir? And it is. May not be Toko. It's personality disorder. Oh gosh. Is it? Oh no. Oh gosh. What is it? What does this smell? Oh, okay. Jeez. I have no idea what this is trying to spell. The only thing I think of is this order, and is that the name of the phobia or something? Okay, so DHI. Jeez. Alright, I have no idea. I am totally lost. Let me see if I can. That's an S. I see a lot of C's. Ugh. I
Now
just
I
randomly
understand.
guessed.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
that how
They
that
thought
is?
that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Fainted.
Shoot! I got it!
Favor change.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
You need
Not to
permission
mention,
do
once
that?
she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yep. That reminds of what she said earlier.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah.
How?
How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
Oh.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Oh,
This
man.
is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Oh.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless.
Oh.
What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
She doesn't want it to come out.
Mean.
Thwomp.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
What's up with that song?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Oh, does that count as the other student? Since does Toko still count as one student, or does she now count as two because split personality? I mean, she did have an ultimate in her
murderous
title.
mind, sound, and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yeah.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
That's funny because you're not really
Another
different.
thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
That makes
It's
no
a
sense.
necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
Okay.
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
But does their split personality does Genocide Jack has that a secret?
Very, very,
Or
very
are they just,
interesting.
or is it just Toker since Toko's the
Sorry,
main
as much as I hate to
personality
admit it,
person
I'm not the
there?
culprit.
No, he.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. She's totally telling the truth about that, but I don't think that still bothers me. What she said, I need to get more details about all of this. That is so good.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Maybe it's what, who just said.
Sorry, but
You say that.
Perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Give it up. You killed her.
But I think that was because...
You say that.
But perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Countered. Get countered, my dude.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the
Full
same?
counter.
I think there's a slight
whoops, I
difference
skipped
between
that.
the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Ooh. Y'all some garbage, dog.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no
Chef
creation of
Boyardee.
mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Let's see. Phil is read style the blood message.
I got it!
Alright.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Those scissors?
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Ooh, dying from paper cuts. Wait.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah, that's not making me hungry
Are
anymore.
you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Suspended. Because the thing also like was suspended with when she was suspended, how the body was supposed always used suspender. There we go.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac, is that us?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They were...
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
They're boys.
Pattern?
They were boys because they don't look exactly they were all
Figure
boys.
that out, and it'll be plain as death why couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Lolly girl, eh? For sure. Hold up, let me take a picture of that. Oh, I'll do it later. Don't worry, so that can be sent to my good old friend in their back who loves the lollies. When there's bells running. Yes. I already know what it is, so you don't need to give me a hint.
I got it!
There we go.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They're both boys. Yeah, those people.
They were all guys?
Yeah, they're all guys, bruh.
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of a one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly car!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Only... Wait, what was it? Let's see what that was. Lowly cur. Uh-oh, what the... Alright.
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Yeah, that actually
Whatever
does.
reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors! Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
I mean, yeah.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors! I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She pulled out some scissors out of thin air.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Oh, wow. That right there, the big ol' JoJo pose. Hold up. There we go. Just have to save that real quick.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you
JoJo
big
me.
men, you gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Hold on, there is one person. One person I could have copied inside Jackie's files. Oh.
Here's my answer.
Oh yeah.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker room. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Would you agree? That's suspicious. It seems nobody searched locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
How did you
Nothing
know that
strange
was
about
the hero?
that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Truthful flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and triangle, overrides the weak spot. Alright, bye. Alright, let's do this. It's probably gonna be, how did you? Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would
suggest we check...
There was no time. What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check...
There was no time. What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What?
Shoot!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room.
There was no time. What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I feel like that
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the
okay,
body.
that's it. Okay.
Shoot!
That's something.
So, you said Byakuya was acting... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What?
So, So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
What?
Shoot!
Alright.
Is this really the end for all of them? I refuse to give up yet!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Is it
But he was acting weird.
So what?
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro.
Okay.
No, it's wrong! I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What about the key card?
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
We were talking
There is
about
more
the
to
key
it.
card.
Think about it.
The key
We
card
just
with
talked
the
about the
barring
differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The
Has
proof
to
you're
do
looking
something with
for
the key
is
card.
hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I think it was Byakuya's, probably what Byakuya said to this with the dance class because of what the thing.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, wait.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There we go.
No, it's wrong!
It's not rope. Remember, it's a thing going.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
I'm totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even
What's
involved.
wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still. There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. No, something's not right. Definitely found in the girls' locker room, but that does not mean I can't really just accept. No, it's the truth. No, it's because it's in the crime.
I got it!
But I mean,
You
the
say you
card,
killed
though, we
Chihiro
talked
in the
about
girls'
that
locker
with
room,
the bar
right?
ring and
But are you
stuff.
sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How
Oh,
could
but
the scene of the
card.
crime have
So
been
the bar ring
anywhere
of the
else?
cards, Byakuya.
Well,
How are we gonna
I
explain
think
that?
it's entirely
I will-
possible that she was
Pretty
killed
sure
somewhere
Makoto
else,
will counter
and
you
carried
after
there later,
that thing comes up.
along with the
argument.
rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Byakuya is mad, like,
I believe
like he
I
doesn't
do.
believe that. Okay, did I just take your guard off? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who had been so coming up till now, never realized.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
I mean, we could do the stain. Really? Okay, which one? E-reader, Mani. Which one would it be? Which one would it be? Which one would it be?
I got it!
Okay, there we
The
go.
proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Tornado. Huh, their hair is all
Again,
over the rainbow.
That doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
But if
So
they
you're
wanted
saying
more, we could
that
say the
maybe the
stain
posters were switched?
because of Sakura's account.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
I got it!
There we go.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but... what?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Because so they can make you think that one of the girls did it.
If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Because of the card.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
You're right.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh,
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
It's the card readers. Brokey handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What then?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate.
Wait.
I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't. She used the thing. Huh? I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Oh wait, no.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the
I already
ultimate
know if I can
programmer,
read it.
after all. I'm sure that would have been.
No, I don't. She used the thing. Huh? What then?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Oh,
if
come
she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Is it really? Could Chihiro really?
I would
She must
say.
have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer. I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't. She used the thing. Huh? I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
It was broken,
No, it's
yeah.
wrong.
Leon's handbook was broken.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule
it's
states that
borrowing.
loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
But then how?
So I guess
why
so.
would it be?
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
But I knew to have the but a hold we have was.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm freaked out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around!
Come on.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What? What is it?
She went. She was like Broly mad. She became super
Not
slender or
possible.
something.
It's not possible.
Wow, life force.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Girl, oh.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? Thank you for his current. Oh, man.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire!
Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping you waiting.
So
Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem
So they
plausible.
could think that one of the girls could have killed Chihiro, since everyone...
Well,
supposed to everyone believes
I must
Chihiro
admit,
was a
I
girl.
did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
So then, if he didn't kill Chihiro...
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but... it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Wait. I just...
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
So he purposely messed with the trial.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if it happened in gym, killer must be a guy. Because if it first happened in the locker room, it has to be a guy. And then, if it happened like in the locker room where the gym equipment is, I would say it's someone who visits it really frequently then. At least someone who goes to the gym, or goes to the locker room, like, all the time.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer! And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
That's what I thought.
Shit! Isn't there a single clue?
Clues are if nobody can. I'm sure if someone saw the.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at
All we need right now is any.
It's over.
What? No.
It's all over.
Okay.
You want to know who saw the killer?
And it's not like they're just gonna.
Game over, man.
I did not mean to do
No!
that.
Not game over!
It's gotta be who
Isn't
saw
there a
the
single
victim.
clue?
Did
It
nobody
was
get.
Celeste.
I'm sure if someone
Saw the killer, they would.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
There we go.
No, it's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night,
Pointy
right before
eyebrows.
nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Well, we can
No,
kind of narrow
You
it
already
down.
have what you need to make the connection.
It has to be one of the people who go to the gym often and work out to get their
You know
gains
who the
up,
killer is.
obviously.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment,
What
we
was
wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
The jacket, okay. The only thing that I could say about the jacket would probably be
First of all,
the
we know
color
where
and the
Chihiro
size
was
of
headed.
the jacket.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
So I was trying to say
This exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really
Pretty
help
sure.
us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
I mean,
You heard him, right?
so it
What
has
he
to be
just
something
said
with the
without
color.
even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was. He was on his way to go.
So next is why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one. So, what? The killer was
I
wearing
have
the same
nothing
blue
much to do
tracksuit as
that.
him?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
He was on his way. So next is why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it!
I guess
It
it's
matched
got
the one the
so
culprit
still
was wearing.
probably the color.
What, the killer
Oh,
was
I
wearing
get
the
it.
same blue tracksuit?
Oh,
No,
alright.
it's wrong.
I mean, I was gonna do it for the black or white tracksuit. I had something
Hold on a
to color.
second,
I have
Mondo.
no idea.
What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
Oh. And I assume he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
So wait, this?
So why did
Oh,
you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
It was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Not the nickname.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
I think
Just
she
by
was.
chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Trying to hide it, and she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Mondo.
But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the
Mondo, what
tracksuit, it'll be
are you
Now I understand. Your true
Come on,
intention
Mondo.
was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Mondo,
That's why you said
what
you knew
you
who
do?
did it. To put them on
Why
edge.
you?
That's
Oh,
right.
no.
However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Why from the
Why?
beginning?
What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he was acting, because I hate him. Wasn't acting anything different. I'm pretty sure he didn't hate her. He really wasn't acting any different. He was kind of acting like the same way he did, kind of like all sad and depressed, or like sad about it. I guess the way he talked.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only
it was
call
how he
guys
talked.
dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Oh,
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
true.
That was fast.
That was
Well,
that.
this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Your little ghost friend.
Oh
What's your
yeah,
little ghost
that
friend?
reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind
Let's
of
see
evidence?
if the evidence is actually good or terrible.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Yeah, come on.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happened happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
That must belong to... Why would it be yours? Shiro... Mono... Why would Chihiro's be broken? Why would Chihiro's be broken? Why would Mondo be broken? Cannot be mine. Alright, fine. There we go.
Shoot! I got it!
Alright.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're
Well,
right.
Makuma's
They're
said-
not.
Yeah, well, Makuma's
They're
gonna
totally
speak.
waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
By him the weak
I
point
got it!
that
You already told us
Makuma said
before
there
that
was.
the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
So
But
much
if
of
the handbook
found
is supposed
out
to
by
never break,
accident, then?
and two of them broke in quick
Or
succession, then
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Well, why would someone try to break
Just tell us
break
already.
it then?
Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Yeah, then we wouldn't be able to use any of the other stuff.
Well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
But
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees.
the last
Strange how you
people we
don't get
saw
burnt,
before the
huh?
sauna was Mondo and Taka.
It's because as your sweat evaporates,
I know they're having
it creates a
that epic-
cool... If the
epic
hot
bed
air
living
of the
dudes
sauna were
there.
somehow pushed directly
So-
onto your skin, you definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Maybe it was an accident, Because maybe Mondo was at the epic battle, because he did had all his clothes on, so he might have had the thing in his thing.
What
and
if
when he
they
was doing
found
the
out
thing,
by
it broke.
accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
See, even Taka, see, I know Taka knows. See, Taka knows who exactly I'm about to say, but I'm not gonna say it to you, Taka, because you didn't have your handbook with you, because I knew, because Mondo had all of his clothes on.
Here's my answer.
Yeah, Mondo had all his clothes on.
Mondo,
so of course
your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
How could they remember if we were the only ones who saw
for
it?
The contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on! You've got it all wrong! He would never kill! I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
Your argument.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct,
how do I go hit the truth bullet again?
then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he says is you broke your own handbook. In other words, if Mondo, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Oh.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Yeah, okay.
Shoot!
So it's gotta be that.
If what he says you broke your own, in other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Okay.
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Alright.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Okay.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Car reader.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
Wait,
if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Oh, okay, yeah, I know exactly what it is. It's gotta be the
Makoto's
broken
assertion.
handbook.
If what
On
he
when
says is
he
correct,
says that
you
his
broke your
handbook
own.
was just
In other
fine,
words,
and
if
then
then
we
that
can just say
proves...
the
Well, my
broken
goddamn handbook works just fine!
Okay.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Oh my
See?
god.
Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he said you broke your own handbook. In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what Makoto...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
There we go.
No, that's wrong!
Alright.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's. Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh, no. That would make sense. someone makes sense to go there. Or, okay. Alright. After that, this is it to go in the void. Sees the outside, he's on her say hi, he's outside. He looks out the weight, picks it up, goes like right here, hits it with the splat. He gets, remembers what to do. That's to wrap that whole thing up. Then he sees closer, takes it down, I assume. To the girls, so that gets a piece with the doorknob. Down he sees it, he walks in, grabs the cord, okay, there, the thing to do the thing, then...
The killer is... you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. I refuse to give up yet!
start the thing.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the... Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro and at the time. That's... With bag in hand, Chihiro headed... She made her... But how could the
Just giving all this because I read this.
Simple, which is why... Once inside, he met with someone there. It seems likely. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Killer is you! Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Alright.
The killer is you! Which is why the killer then removing... The killer is you!
I mean, he wouldn't have pasted on the thing until he wants to work. Alright. It's gotta be
Here's exactly what happened. Which is why the killer hurried to then
Alright.
I refuse to give up yet.
This is getting fucking annoying now. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That...
Given all this quickly.
She made her, but how could the victim... Simple. Because she, which is why... Once inside... It seems likely that the killer grabbed... And attacked... And that's what... It was likely in the... Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it.
Well, maybe I could have done that there if it made it clear that he first replaced the rug or some shit like that.
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
If it was more clear.
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood,
that feels
he
pretty
left
messed
a
up
grisly
on
message there at the scene of the
why
crime.
would you do that?
He wanted to create the
man.
illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
I do want to make things more complicated.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
You can press the R1 button. Here's how we'll activate before some act. At this point, if you push the button at her, it won't miss.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you! False! Show me some evidence. I won't listen! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Yeah! The broken handbook, my dude.
My thinking so far is right. Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Mondo, why'd you do it? My total rank is an A.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
It's time to... I got already in. Yes, it is. The blackened one. The blackened one who kills the hero was Mondo.
Unbelievable.
The vote was not anonymous. Taka chose the wrong answer. Very trending. You're trending very close to the danger zone, Mr. Taka. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he could kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
It's like, it looks like It looks like Mondo's taking a valid silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of murder this time is the sad story of two men. But for anyone who really doesn't want to hear it, you can hit the circle button to fast forward the text. Anyway, begins with a young boy. This game, his name was Chihiro. Shimusek were regardless of his lack of strength. He heard things he could remember from his weakness. Contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further to that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. And nobody would be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, that inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside him and was not easily weeded out. As it turned out, that shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm
Weak.
Once the killer game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but accept this fact. After all, his words is survival. The word is survival to the fittest. Even if you're not strong, you don't survive. And then, lovely and hatefully, Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Of course, okay? Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro wouldn't let anyone find out no matter the cost. But if it was revealed, it would be the end. The shell would crack and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than before. Everyone figured out trust being thrust into
what?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Normally, he started discovering to motivate himself to get stronger.
that's right.
Now it's
I
my
want to
chance.
change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought in front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, it would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to exercise, he thought it would be a good idea to ask for someone to help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help for it. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker game fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. The Chihiro probably figured that even if he confronted Mondo, his honor would make him keep a secret. But Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always inspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become stronger. Gosh, that was his aspiration. And then,
Correct.
then that must be why Mondo did what he did to promise he made the Chihiro. Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
It could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the arms between men he made the Chihiro.
But
But how does moving the body keep it secret?
Because
everyone knew he was killed in the boys' locker room. Everyone would have been arguing about how she got into a boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room put in the girls' locker room and steal his handbook. See? And Mondo did it all to keep a promise he made to Chihiro, who he also killed. Why would he do that? I need... The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
That's what triggered it, after all. The possibility of having our embarrassing moments secret exposed.
What is this?
That's possible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing anyone. That's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? Embarrassing memory secret. He didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Under the Ultimate Biker game makes all the hoodlums and rough-raps across the country tremble. The only reason why he had the chance to join a gang in the first place is because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was his name. We're just gonna call Dia. I don't know. I'm gonna name him Dia, okay? Because I can't pronounce that name because I have zero education on. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of D that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother so he could him in everything he had. Mondo was the to the stray-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local biker gang. Before you knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. The older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the game from his brother someday, his brother's greatness and reputation began to gnaw Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over. He created this game with his bare hands. Mondo's just on for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the game look back. But I mean, then technically y'all tagged along too, because y'all joined the game, so you're tagging along with it. So almost every day Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger. Just one time. No matter what, I'm gonna...
Don't fuck with me!
I don't care what it takes. Come on. I'm gonna come out on top. And on that night, of his amazing retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, a tragedy struck. The kid pushed ahead in reckless pushed ahead with reckless ambition, eager for victory, dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laying in his kid's brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I felt sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but he never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's a team, you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his other brother. He never admitted to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused an accident. As a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his older brother. Margo was about to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Wando's side became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, it was just another weakling that could die in an instant. Then the lovely people, alright, killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other game members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother worked so hard to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why. After all, after I saw that Akuma had on me, my head filled up with kinds of fuzzy, uneasy, and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, my fuzzy uneasy turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety was down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Shishiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this stuff? Because, I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out,
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy the version of me I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. Alright? His words were like knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been keeping to myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. I can't hurt you, right? Whenever your secret, Mondo might tell us.
You piece of...
What are you saying? I should just say it?
What?
You're saying...
What?
If I really am, I should be able to tell everyone my secret. Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. I'm so jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you effing me?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something in my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to sit back and let my secret get revered and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to throw a sailor in the face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. Admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. I'm strong.
You son of a bitch!
I'm stronger than... I don't remember anything after that. And when I woke up again, he was laying on my feet covered in blood. I had to double my head and I just stared at him down on the ground.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
He was normally so aggressive and so angry. Alright. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret of the past, for that he killed another living human being in cold blood. He could have cut free of his regret from the outside world. He does it.
Yep.
But unfortunately, I can't do because it's time for punishment. It's fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
Execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well
That's
now.
what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous!
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Oh, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh, man.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Over Mondo's. He's on them. Oh man. I have no idea what that set was. Oh. The cage of death. Oh, man. What's gonna happen, you? They turned it. Let's okay. He's literally eating Mondo, bruh. They turned him to butter. That's like disrespect. I mean, yes, even though Mondo did all that stuff, I mean, turning him into butter, bruh. Oof. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Of course. What's the point, man? This is the end of the game. Kuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know? A game, one of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because it's a game of life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except
However-
that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? It's obvious because to make the game more interesting. Kuya is something else, bruh. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you're going to try room 2. The rules never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to this.
There is nothing to be done.
So I don't really care. Please continue. Night grew late and I decided to return to my room, then I stumbled upon him. I saw Mondo carrying out of the girls' locker room. After he was gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You actually witnessed the murder? He was a fool. You didn't even have the slightest idea I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if it had come to an end... But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed at the very beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought we would line up. You did that to line things up? So after hearing about your inside track from Toko, you decided to use it to create a false murder scene.
But...
We haven't figured out. Well, obviously it was either shoot before we reached the point. Of course. You got turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel your sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become the blacking one, I know who I'll have to watch out for.
correct.
Ooh. So, that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Move on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monaco.
What's this?
I'm up next. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? I mean... Me?
What the heck?
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone and the victor had you been as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
In noble sound, noble family, truly you understand me. I don't think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I achieve complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
And the Togami family. For our victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Cool. Like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. No trash mob. What? Well, we're the main character. Kogo's the main character of the story, Brett. I swear whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, selfless felony. Good nap. Mondo. Game would still continue because the mastermind would let it end. For those of us who are still alive, our worst fear despair kept on multiplying. It's the kind of despair felt in the future. All our courage, our efforts, our friendships, it felt like it mounted to nothing at the end. We should come.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's something I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The sixth high school student, I mean.
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Crazy, oof. Alright.
I know I shouldn't cry.
Whoa.
But I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon.
Was this gonna be demonetized?
It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts. Hear me up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Huh?
What's that sound? Bathhouse.
But...
I'm super scared, but... Is it? Someone there? Gasp. Second question. Another day. What? The days kinda suck. So many math are still refusing to show up. That... She said her stomach was hurting, so she was today. She was so full of energy. It's exactly what makes me worried.
So then,
It sounded as that.
How about that?
This time, it's times like this worth it. Alright.
Impossible.
Or not. I've got to said word ever since everything that happened yesterday. His face, one look at his face showed me yes and such a wink last night. Must be because of Mondo. Two of them became so close when he found out Mondo is a hero, and even having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it would have done to him.
Well...
I mean, that's what's gonna happen now. That happened.
It's like...
Now I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things. Do our best to get along and live together in peace. Forget the outside world and accept the new life. Wait, what? To live here forever? Well, we have every convenience. In fact...
Is that okay?
It's a reservation. To keep...
Huh?
Here we go!
I'm Drummer Older. Bunnyware, Amazon, Cat Girl, Robo, Justice, the Galactic King, and... there's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be
The
done.
Mastermind puts such base desires to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Oh, okay, well anyway, since Taka's like... is as the oldest one here, I'm also stepping up to take the lead. So we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right,
well,
right?
I mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be a few places for us to investigate. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue.
Well then.
Then once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may be a discovery waiting for us, which might further enrich our lives here. Make our own lives here. No, the point is to look for clues.
You called for me, so I appeared!
What? Nobody called for you. What the? How come should decide Jill and not Toko?
Yes!
This place is just amazing. Finally, a place I can be my murder self. Which is why I decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in the cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with slow personality thing is so overdone. I will destroy that stereotype. I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally cliches. But you are a killer with swift personality. If she weren't here, my chances of battle would be at least 10%, go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need a little people. Well, whatever we did today, first we should eat. There's something here, but sorry I haven't eaten. Sorry, investigation. Alright, that's it for today. Alright, I'll be back with some more Danganronpa later though, so yeah. Oof, that was so interesting, unexpected trial, but hope y'all enjoy, and I'll see you next time.